Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Cisco, one of your first grade teachers, and Miss Graham is here to help me teach you all today. Today, we are going to be learning about what a flag, a bell, and an eagle have in common. So, our goal for today's story is I can identify the main topic and key details to describe the symbols of the United States. So I want you to think really quickly. We talked about main topic or main idea. It's the same thing, really. And think about what that means. The main idea is what the text is mostly about. So what do they want you to try to understand? What do they keep talking about in the story? And the details are sentences that support the main idea. So what are the most important pieces of information that they want you to use to talk about the main idea? We've got some vocabulary that we need to go over really quickly before we start our lesson. So this first one is seal, and this isn't the animal seal. A seal can mean an official image or mark. So I want you to look at these pictures down here. They kind of look a little, you see the circle and the stars, kind of looks like stars coming out of that circle. These are called seals. The teacher put her personal seal on each of the papers so the students knew who graded them. It's kind of like a stamp. So symbols, come over here, look at symbols. Symbols are images or objects that represent something else. So for example, the letters of the alphabet are symbols for sounds that we hear. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Remember, those are symbols. And think back to when we were learning about ancient Egypt and hieroglyphics. Do you see the picture there? Those are symbols as well. And in math, we do addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication signs. And equal signs. Those are all symbols. Okay, so I want you to make a prediction. The title of today's read aloud is, What do a flag, a bell, and an eagle have in common? Make predictions about what you think the topic or main idea of the read aloud will be. So, I want you to stop for a second, get your thinking caps on. What do a flag, a bell, and an eagle have in common? All right. So listen carefully to find out if your predictions are correct. Let's get started reading. What do a flag, a bell, and an eagle have in common with each other? All three are symbols of the United States of America. A symbol is a sign that everybody recognizes and stands for something else. Okay, I want you to look at this next picture that you've, I'm sure, seen a lot. It's a stop sign. People see a symbol and know what it stands for. Many sports teams have symbols. Can you think of any? What do you see on your screen? Remember Ty Smith? Who does he play for? The Tennessee Titans. Their symbol is the T with the flames coming out of it. We have symbols all around us. Before you even learn to read words, you probably learned to read symbols. When you look at that stop sign, that big red stop sign, you know that you need to what? Stop. All right, let's find out how a flag, a bell, and an eagle came to be symbols of or represent the United States of America. So next picture, we are going to see a flag. You already know a little bit about our flag from learning stories that we talked about in social studies. This flag has 13 stars on it in a circle, and it was the first flag to be flown in America. when we became the United States of America. It was the first flag, and it had 13 stars for the 13 colonies. 13 stripes for the 13 colonies as well. All right, let's look at the next picture. You all might know this flag a little bit better. As the country grew, more states were added. With each new state, a new star was added to the flag. Pretty soon, there were too many stars to fit in a circle, so the patterns changed over the years. Now we have 50 states and 50 stars arranged in rows, still on a blue background like the original flag. The same 13 red and white stripes remain as reminders of the original 13 colonies. June 14th is National Flag Day in the United States, but our flag is flown every day all across America from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean as a symbol of the land of the freedom. And remember, we've all got a flag in our classrooms as well. All right, next picture, you will see a bell. It is pretty easy to understand how the stars and stripes became a symbol for our nation. But what about a bell? The Liberty Bell, another well-known symbol, is actually older than the United States itself. I want you to think about the word liberty. The word liberty is another word for freedom. So this is like the Freedom Bell. In 1751, the mostly copper bell was made in Great Britain and shipped to Philadelphia, where it was rung to call people to meetings in the town square. All right, I want you to look at the next picture. According to legend, the Liberty Bell may have been rung from the State House steeple after the Declaration of Independence was first read in July of 1776, but we don't know for sure. During the Revolution, the colonists feared that the British might melt down the bell for cannonballs, so it was moved and hidden in a town north of Philadelphia until the war ended. Let's look at the next picture. Over the years, the bell cracked and was repaired several times. It was rung for the last time on George Washington's birthday in 1846, when it cracked beyond repair. Today, the bell sits outside Independence Hall in Philadelphia. It's only about 3 feet tall, but it weighs as much as a hippopotamus. If you visit the Liberty Bell, be sure to look for the words of freedom, taken from the Bible and written on its side. It says, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land and unto all the inhabitants thereof." Leviticus 25:10. All right, we've got another symbol coming up next. So we have a flag and a bell. The third symbol is a bald eagle, a large bird of prey with a white head and tail, found only in North America. Who chose the American bald eagle as a symbol of our country? To find out, we must return once more to our friends Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin. All right, let's go to the next picture. What do you see in this picture? I see a couple birds. Do you know what kind they are? When the Second Continental Congress met and declared independence from Great Britain, they also decided that they needed an official seal. Remember, a seal is an official mark or image. A seal is also a symbol. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams met to design the seal. They talked about using an eagle on the seal. That's the one with its wings out in the picture. But Franklin said, "No, I don't agree. I think that a turkey would be a much better symbol of our country than an eagle." That's the picture you see on the other picture on the left. Why do you think Franklin wanted to use the turkey as a symbol of our country? It's a good question. As there was not much time, the men only agreed on part of the seal that year, a statement that read E pluribus unum, which in Latin means out of many, one. They chose this saying because they were making one nation out of many separate states. Let's look at the next picture. It was not until 6 years later, in 1782, that the bald eagle, a symbol of long life, strength, and freedom, was officially added to the seal. So the turkey lost out. Okay. On the seal, the eagle holds an olive branch for peace in one of its talons. In the other, it grips a bundle of 13 arrows, symbolizing the power of war. Covering its breast is a shield of red and white stripes, and around its head a crest with 13 stars. If you look carefully, you might be able to read the words written on the scroll in its bill, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. So that turkey lost out, and the eagle has become our national symbol. Let's go to the next picture. Now that you know what to look for, try being a symbol detective. As you go through your day, be on the lookout for flags, bells, and eagles, symbols of freedom and reminders of our country's founders who fought for our freedom long ago. All right, so boys and girls, we just read that story. What do you think was the main topic or main idea of the read aloud? Think about what was most important from this story. If you said something like, our nation has many symbols, including a flag, a bell, and an eagle, you're correct. This read aloud discussed why these are important to our nation, the United States. Okay, look at this picture. What is this a picture of? Shout it out. It's the United States flag, our current flag today. It's one of our nation's symbols. Very good. Okay, what is this a picture of? Shout it out. This is a picture of the Liberty Bell. It is one of our nation's symbols as well. Okay, I want you to think back to the story. Why was the Liberty Bell moved during the Revolutionary War? Does anyone remember? It was moved because they were afraid it would be melted down into cannonballs by the British. Okay, what is this a picture of? Shout it out. This is a picture of the bald eagle. Yes, very good. It's one of our nation's symbols. All right, boys and girls. This is an activity that I want you to complete tomorrow on Tuesday, okay? So you may pause this video and work on this activity. So you need to get paper and pencil out, and I want you to write 2 to 3 sentences explaining our nation's 3 symbols. Include one interesting fact about each symbol. When you are finished, add a picture to match your writing and send a picture to your teacher for feedback. If you need help coming up with your sentences, you may use this sentence starter for your first sentence. The United States symbols are blank, blank, and blank. So, I want you to come back on Tuesday, guys. Read this slide here, pause it, and you can use that sentence starter. The United States symbols are blank, blank, and blank. Fill that in, and then write 2 more sentences about our nation's symbols. And remember to include one interesting fact about each symbols. And then take a picture. Remember, take a picture of what you have been working on. And also draw a picture to match your writing. Remember how we do in class? We write and then we draw a picture. Do that here as well. So an extension activity, if you all finish these 2 to 3 sentences in your picture and you send your picture to your teacher or you show it to your parents and you want something else to do, leave a comment on our video telling us where you might see one of these symbols we learned about in this story. Now, boys and girls, I want you to think back to our learning goal for the day. It was, I can identify the main topic and key details to describe the symbols of the United States. You all know how to do that now. We all learn what the symbols of the United States are, and you can use key details to identify the main topic and describe it. So I'm so proud of you all. Miss Graham is so proud of you all. Do not forget to send your teacher, Miss Graham or I, a picture of your work, and we cannot wait to see it.